A player that really impressed me in this Strasbourg win over Crystal Palace is actually Mike Penders. Now, Mike Penders is the goalkeeper of Strasbourg, and he's coming back to Chelsea next season, right? And so I try to pay attention to him as much as I can. Anytime I have opportunity to watch the Strasbourg game, I try to pay attention to him. And honestly, I love the way he was involved in the build-up play for Strasbourg. Of course, there were some negatives, and one of the negatives was that there were times where he was caught out. There were times where Crystal Palace could have found the back of the net because it was not on the goal line. But those situations in the first place is not due to mistakes from Mike Penders. No, it is due to the mistakes of his teammates. Because, the way Liam Rosenoi plays, right, you cannot afford mistakes. For example, let's say Strasbourg is building out, they are building up from the back. Now, Mike Penders, he has left the goal line, is now basically acting like a fourth or a fifth centre back, depending on how you want to look at it, but mainly a fourth centre back. He's basically like the second centre back, the fourth defender. That's what I'm trying to say. He's the fourth defender, he's the second centre back. Now he's off his line. Now he passes, the pass. Now, once he sends the ball, he passes to a Strasbourg player. The Strasbourg player must not lose the ball, because if they lose the ball, it could result in a goal. Why? Because Mike Penders is already out of his line. He's already not on his line. So he's high up the pitch. Those were the situations that was happening. That's why you would count it as a negative of Mike Penders being away from his line, being high away from his goal line. But it is not the fault of Mike Penders. And still, despite the fact that Mike Penders was heavily involved in the build-up play, he still made good saves, like 2 key saves that I can remember right now. I'm sure it's more than that, but he made 2 key saves to actually ensure that Strasbourg stayed in the game, and Strasbourg eventually got the win. Of course, when it comes to Chelsea, that eye line thing that he does when he leaves the line is something that we would have to manage very well. But then again, the fact that we have a player who can pass the ball, we have a goalkeeper, who can pass the ball. We have the goalkeeper who can slot in as that second centre back. We have a goalkeeper who can slot in as that fourth defender. We have a goalkeeper who can slot in as even a third centre back. Sometimes, the fact that Mike Penders is all that and he can still make key saves, he can still pass, he can still do long balls. He's also aggressive. He knows how to sweep. Of course, all these things can be improved. But the fact that at the base, he has these skills is something that I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to him coming back to Chelsea. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you should too.